From our Dual City Studios in Texas, USA, it's the award-winning in-wheel time car talk show. Just ahead, Tim Mahaffey, President, Lone Star Jeep Club, plus Jeff's Motor Minute, and I'll review the 2026 Kia K4, very interesting car. Howdy, along with Mike out of this world Mars. We always need more Jeff Zekin, and Chief Engineer and Head Bottle Washer David Ainsley. I'm Don Armstrong. Glad you could join us today. Thank you very much. Beautiful day here in the Houston, Texas area. So I think that the same holds true over there where you are, Mr. Mars.
Absolutely gorgeous. You know, the sun's out, not a cloud in the sky after that drenching rain yesterday.
Yeah. I'll say that. Do we have Tim with us?
Yes, sir.
Tim Mahaffey. Here he is, ladies and gentlemen. Tim, how in the world have you been? I haven't talked to you in forever.
Yeah, it's been a hot minute. Things have been really good, actually. I'm looking forward to this rain ending on the weekend, so I don't have to keep cleaning the Jeep every time I go out. But things are great.
Tim, you know what? People that own Jeeps, they like to go out and find mud and have it slung all up and down the side of it, and then parade it in the local grocery store parking lot as they're getting groceries on Sunday morning. Now, you and I both know that.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
So you just need to let go of the car wash. That's what you need to do.
That's what the power washer's for, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So let's talk about first of all the Jeep Club. How are things there? What's the status like? How many club members do you have?
Things are going really well this year. There's a kind of a story there. After coming through COVID, the club was sort of in a downward spiral. We were losing I think our attrition rate was somewhere over 20%. The club used to have, so the club is made up of paid members and $55 a year and in sponsors. And, that money goes into raffle prizes. It goes back into the community and things like that. At one point, we had over 500 members. COVID hit and those numbers just dwindled down to nothing. And coming out of COVID for a couple of years, we were challenged with trying to figure out what to do with the club. Did we even want to maintain it? Did we want to shut it down? We're a 50C7 organization in the state of Texas. We'll be around for 30 years next year.
Wow.
So yeah, it's been, some of our members weren't even born when the club formed in 97. Wow. So
what does that say about you and your age, Tim?
Well, like fine wine or a good whiskey, right?
Yeah, there you go.
There you go.
That's what we're looking for.
That's what I say.
You said that the registrations and that all dwindled during COVID. Was it because of the uncertainty of COVID, or they just figured they're not going to do it anymore? I mean, was there any reason for that besides COVID?
Besides COVID, yeah, I think a lot of people just stayed inside. They didn't really go out. We couldn't really meet as a club every month anymore. And people just became less interested. And then what happened at the same time was a lot of other groups like a competitor, right? You can go wheel in other groups. You don't have to pay $55 a year, right? So we had to think about, what did we have to offer to our members? How do we, other than, hey, let's go meet and wheel, which our events have always been good. We always get great turnouts at our events. So what can we do to actually give them something? And, that led into things. We just signed an agreement with Metter. So any person that purchases a Jeep with Metter at their dealership will, if they join the club, will get 10% off of their service. And
Tim, what is Metter?
Metter is a Jeep Chrysler dealership in Fort Worth.
Okay.
That's the name of the dealership.
So for about $1 a week, you could join the club.
About $1 a week, you can join the club. You take your vehicle, and it doesn't have to be a Jeep, right? It has to be a Chrysler, Dodge, of course, Ram vehicle. You go in for one-time service. You're going to $55. You're going to make your $55 up, getting 10% off the service. So we have a big event coming up with them called May the 15th or 16th, I think. So we're pretty excited about that. That was and they came to us. They saw that we're a family-friendly Jeep club. There are certain, when you look at the landscape of Jeep clubs, there are certain niches, right? You've got ones that just meet, that never will. I know a person that runs a club around here in Dallas. He's never been on a trail, but he has a nice Jeep. The groups that like to go out and party and indulge, but that's not us. No, our message is we're a family-friendly Jeep club, and we're known as the Wheeling Club in North Texas. So if you want to go off-road, we've got the process, we've got the way to do it. We've got certified trail leaders, we've got it planned. We put you in groups, and we run a safe environment for people, and it's really exciting. So. Yeah, and it's turned around, by the way. So our goal this year was to have 190 paid members, and we're sitting at about 180 right now.
Oh,
so,
very good.
Yeah, pretty sure we'll exceed that. Our internal goal on the board was 175, so we've exceeded our internal goal, and I'm sure we'll hit 190.
Sure. Do you have anything to do with any of the other clubs? I mean, do you have multi-club events?
Oh, we talked about that, but we don't. We don't, but we've talked about that on the board. And there's this new Jeep club that is just started, and my age is catching up to me. I can't remember their name, but they were interested in getting together, for a combined wheeling event.
Do you ever go out of state and wheel?
Oh yeah. Actually, the club just went to New Mexico a few weeks ago, out to Las Cruces, and did some wheeling there. We've been to Windrock, Moab. We're going to Missouri, the Southern Missouri Off-Road Park in September. So yeah, we get out of state too. So.
Do you have a spare supply of fenders, or do you go fenderless?
I have steel fenders. I take a shock with me now. Since the last November when I was out, I actually broke a shock on a trail called Ingrid's Revenge. And
it's only a Jeep person that breaks a shock. You don't hear that on your Oldsmobile 98.
I was at Walmart and broke a shock.
That's right. Yeah.
But that was one of the things I noticed about your club, and we kind of talked about that, is how involved you are for the club members. It's not just, hey, let's get together on Wednesday night, have a beer and eat. You just signed an agreement, and you've got several sponsors so that your members get some value out of being part of the club beyond the fellowship.
Yeah. That's a great point. And social media has really helped us there too. So that's really helped us engage with our members. And now we get questions. Should I get a rock crawler lift kit? Should I get a metal cloak lift kit? And we're able to give some advice in our own personal opinion. And we have one strict rule on our social media site. If anyone is a jerk, they're banned from the site. We do not tolerate anybody treating other members with any disrespect, period. That's not the club. That if you want that, go to another club. That's not the Lone Star Jeep Club. It's built on respect. It's built on, as you said, on a community. It's built on respect and support. And I think that's one thing that distinguishes us from others and beyond our, amazing events. I mean, wheeling's the best thing in the world. So, if you have a bad week, you go out on a Saturday, it's just a lot better. But so it's a good point. It's like social media has really helped us engage in lieu of not being able to have our monthly meetings anymore.
Do you have equal amount, maybe men and women that are in the club, or is it one-sided?
No, it's pretty equal. In fact, on our board, we've got 1, 2, 3, so we have Suzanne, Christine, Madeline. Four females are on our board, so it's a good balance, and a good balance of families too.
It's good to know.
Yeah.
So do you once you get into Lone Star, does that mean that you'll be able to get some discounts at your local Jeep dealer for some Bimini tops or whatever the case may be?
Absolutely. You can go to Metter. They'll offer that discount. And then our other sponsors like Collin County Off-Road offer discounts. All across the several sponsors that.
So there are advantages to being a club member. There's no doubt about that. It's very interesting. Back in the day, I'm a Corvette guy, and I've been in clubs throughout all of the years that I've been doing this. And it's interesting how the club scene has evolved since back in my day. I'm not currently in a club, but it's evolved. But the same thing holds true. Back in my day, we had the racers, and we had the show car people, and we all got along, and it was great, and we all respected each other within the club. But there were those that, really weren't into the racing because the racing took the cost into another level that most of us weren't really into. And I think that you can relate to that.
Very similar, very similar. We had people that had daily drivers. That's my daily driver right there.
Yes.
So now I go off road, I push it, but not over the limit. And then we have, when we go to our events, we have an easy, medium, and hard group, which we call Group Z. Those are the guys with 42-inch tires with roll cages. They trailer their Jeep. They're the ones doing, just crazy stuff, rear steer. I mean, some really amazing Jeeps, right? And and the money that goes into investing into a vehicle like that is just, beyond.
It's not just, but it's not just Jeeps, and you know that as well as I do. Pick a car, and if you want a resto mod, how much money do you have in your pocket? It ain't enough.
Yeah. That's true.
Yeah. So, do you have any events coming up?
Yeah, we do. We have the event with Metter coming up in May, and I'm headed to Hot Springs at that weekend as well. And then June is our Father's Day event, which is a poker run. We're excited about that. That'll be at Barnwell Mountain Recreational Area. We're going to be in the Colony Parade, which is just a blast. Have all those little kids come running up and we tossing ducks. That's a lot of fun. And then August, we have called Beat the Heat up in Davis, Oklahoma at Crossbar Off-Road Park. And then we go to S'more in September. We have another 101 class, which is where we bring people in and teach them how to prep their Jeep for off-roading. We teach them how to off-road, how to engage into 4-low, how to go over obstacles, and how to winch. And then we have our Jeepers Creepers run in October out at Barnwell Mountain Recreational Area. And then our biggest event of the year is the Veterans Day run in Hot Springs in November. Wow. We typically bring like 20 or 30 Jeeps to that event. So, and that's been growing, every year.
And I would imagine that you guys, obviously you belong to a club and you want to be involved, but you can't be involved in everything, but that's okay.
Yes, that's why we offer so many events. Right. We know people can't go out every month, and we have some amazing members in our club. I mean, they're amazing people who join our club. I just can't brag about them enough. Right. You go on a trail with us and you have an issue. We don't push you. We help you. Right. We want people to enjoy this experience. Right. Like we do. So
this is basic car people.
But yeah, exactly. So yeah, we offer a lot of events, not so people have to go to them every month, but you get to pick and choose, like, arrange your vacation if you wanted to go to New Mexico. Exactly. We're going to go to Rubicon Trail next spring up in Lake Tahoe. So we have started our planning for that.
Very cool. So when you go to these places like Hot Springs, do y'all caravan together or y'all just meet up there separately?
We mostly caravan together. So when they went to New Mexico, they all met up. They caravan together. Moab, Colorado, that was the caravan, because something can happen along the way, right?
One time they'd have
Plus, that's part of the fun. That's part of the fellowship in going.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you do, right? You kind of build that solidarity when you go on a trip together, right? Mm-hmm. Sit around at night and over dinner and talk about, what broke, what was fun, and you get to know people at a personal level. It's just, it's amazing.
We could do that and get to a campsite and eat beans and by the fire.
Blazing Saddles recreation all over again.
Yeah, that's right.
Tim, it's great to talk to you, my friend. Great to catch up with you. Thanks for bringing us up to date. And whenever you're in Houston, be sure and look us up. Yeah. Come see us and save.
There you go.
We'll definitely do that. Thanks for having us on again. We really appreciate being here.
Thank you very much. So anybody's interested, so how do we get a hold of you if we're up there in the North Texas area?
You can lsjc.org. Lone Star Jeep Club, lsjc.org. That'll take you to our website. You can find us on Instagram, Facebook now. We have over 11,000 social media followers versus like 1,500 3 years ago. So we've seen some amazing growth there. So Facebook, and we're active too. So our secretary, Madeline, posts a ton of videos on Instagram. You can see us in action there. They just got some of the Las Cruces videos posted. So it's pretty exciting. We have a Facebook page and a Facebook group. Facebook page, of course, you can follow. The Facebook group, you actually have to, qualify for it.
Well, we'd love to have the In-Wheel Time bunch on there as well, and welcome everybody over. So, Tim, thanks again. We appreciate you, and hope to talk to you again soon. Take care.
All right. Thank you. Have a good weekend. Thanks.
Tim Mahaffey, President, Lone Star Jeep Club. Just ahead, Jeff's Motor Minute and a review of the new Kia K4. What?
Oh, boy.
When the In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show continues right after this quick break. The Tex-Mex dining experience is defined by Lupe Tortilla, your destination for Texas's best beef fajitas and frozen margaritas. Since 1983, Lupe Tortilla has served authentic and time-tested recipes made with the freshest ingredients. Atmosphere is part of the award-winning experience at Lupe Tortilla, all developed in a little house near Highway 6 and I-10 in Houston. Visit any of the Lupe Tortillas and you'll see the same attention to detail in each and every location. Start your Lupe experience with queso flamiado and guacamole, along with a classic frozen margarita. Dine on famous Lupe beef and chicken fajitas or pepper shrimp brochette, or a fish or vegetarian entree, and finish with a scrumptious flan for dessert. Find Lupe Tortilla in Houston, College Station, Beaumont, Austin, San Antonio, and Dallas-Fort Worth. There's a Texas location near you. The recipes are authentic and time-tested. The ingredients always fresh. Lupe Tortilla. Eats pretty good. Apple or Android, In-Wheel Time podcast can be found everywhere, on the stream and through downloads. Whether you're on the road or at home and searching for a fun car talk show, give In-Wheel Time a try. Honest new car reviews, fun, informative interviews with real car people, weekly automotive news, features like Jeff's Car Culture, Mike's Driving Destinations, all on In-Wheel Time. Check us out on SiriusXM Podcasts, iHeartRadio, or while you're shopping on Amazon through Amazon Music. InWheelTime.com has a list, so check us out. I guess I need to pull the microphone down here.
We need to stop chit-chatting.
Yeah, exactly. We were chit-chatting. Because his granddaughter is going to have a little graduation gathering this afternoon. Soiree. Really? That I've been invited to. And the In-Wheel Time is donating thousands to her college.
She would appreciate that.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. Yeah, I know.
Thousands of minutes.
Thousands of minutes.
There you go. Thousands of minutes.
Hey, you are invited to join us for the live version of the In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show every Saturday at our regular time, 10 to noon Central Time on InWheelTime.com, YouTube, and Facebook. Mm-hmm. Or you can always grab a 30-minute podcast of our show, any one of them, from your favorite podcast store, and it is free.
Yeah.
All right, time now for the Motor Minute, and Jeffrey has that.
Yeah, check this out. I'm going to pull it up, Mike. Next weekend is Mother's Day. Did you know that? And Martha Yanko, Mrs. Yanko, says every day would be Mother's Day with a brand new 69 Chevrolet from Yanko Chevrolet.
Yeah.
Look at some of these deals. So if you're out there, and we appreciate you, Martha Yanko, get out there and buy your mom a 69 Chevrolet. Look at that.
Let's see. The bargain is the 1969 Bel Air.
Yeah.
$27.95. Now, they didn't say it was a two-door or four-door.
Don't matter.
But $27.95. This is in 69.
Yeah.
Let's look at some other prices on there. What is this one here? That's a wagon.
Yeah. The air conditioner is brown.
The Kingswood.
Mm-hmm.
Kingswood.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Air conditioning brown.
$38.50. So there you go. Mike, that's pocket change for you, buddy.
But we would really like to have that 69 Yenko Camaro.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But the point is, it's Mother's Day. So, flowers, candy, all that.
And they have many more Mother's Day specials.
There you go. And that's what we're talking about. So go out there and celebrate Mother's Day.
Are they still in business?
Yanko Chevrolet. Gosh, I wouldn't know. I'll get a hold of Martha and we'll find out.
Well, you're going to have to go visit her at the graveyard, I think.
Yeah, could be. It could be a Martha Jr. You never know. But Mother's Day, go celebrate Mother's Day next week.
At Yanko Chevrolet.
However you want to do that. So get out there.
That's really weird.
Flowers, roses.
I love those little commercials.
Yep, there you go.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, every once in a while I run across an actual film
I know.
commercial.
I see them too. I'm trying to incorporate that as a story, but you can't because there's a lot of trademark stuff going on.
No, it's fine. You could do that. And as a matter of fact, let's do a feature commercial of the week, and then we can sit and laugh at it.
Okay.
Matter of fact, I ran across a 1963 Chevrolet commercial, but I think it was more than a minute, but it highlighted all of the Chevrolets that are available, including the two Corvettes, the split window coupe and the all new convertible
coupe. We'll do that. I'll work on that for a couple of weeks.
All right.
I did a quick check on Google. Says the Yenko was available from 1949 to 1982 when they finally went out of business.
Well, there you go.
Which I didn't realize they even made it that far.
And she was probably in her 80s.
Yeah, she looked like she could be.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pearl necklace and everything.
And guess the weight. All right. Time now for this hour's car review. I had an opportunity to drive the 2026 Kia K4. It comes in these trim levels. You ready? The LX, the LXS, the EX, the GT line, and the GT line Turbo. I drove the GT line Turbo, and it was that color. This is a large car. It's a four-door saloon-style hatchback. A traditional sedan is also available underneath the K4 banner. This looks like a regular SUV, but if you stand next to it, you're going, wait a minute, is this a car? Is this an SUV? What is it? They call it a large car, four doors, seats 5 people, including the driver, all new in 2025. Where have I been? I guess I just missed it. It is built in Mexico, and this car replaces the Kia Forte, if you remember that thing. Long body with a fastback to it. Looks like a cross between a sedan and a station wagon. Unique styling gives this car a very cool look, in my opinion. Sleek, aerodynamic front fascia, concentric wheel well openings. What I liked about it, the saloon or wagon style of the design. It really stands out. Yes, there are others out there, but not like this one. Somehow, some way, they've made it all work, and it is really cool. What could use improvement? Nothing. This is a winner in the Don Armstrong category. Interior highlights. Big 12.3-inch screen includes the instrument and infotainment systems, adjustable cup holders, and roomy cell phone cubby. A cool upholstery with comfortable seating and plenty of rear legroom. HVAC controls can be a little hard to see behind the steering wheel. You got to kind of peek around it. Cargo, adequate when compared to other small SUVs, but it is a hatchback. What I liked, the abundant headroom in the rear seat because it's the saloon style. So the roof line continues on past the rear seat and doesn't slope down behind it. What could use improvement? Nothing. It gets high marks from Don Armstrong for its great overall design. As far as power is concerned, it has a 2.0-liter turbo 4-cylinder. Now, it puts out 147 horsepower and 132 pound-feet of torque. There is a 1.6-liter turbo that puts out 190 horsepower and 195 pound-feet of torque. I did not have that one, although I think I should have. I don't know whether they got the engines mixed up or the labeling or my confusion. It's somewhere in there. It has a CVT transmission, too. 26 miles per gallon in the city is what it's rated, 33 on the highway for a combined of 28. I got 30.7 miles per gallon over 453 miles. Would have preferred more horsepower. That 190 horsepower unit would have been nice. But I certainly did like the gas mileage. There's no doubt about that. And I didn't have to plug it in either. What I liked about the ride and handling, it has car-like ride quality. What could use improvement? The GT line, I think, could be a little bit more tossable. In other words, stiffen up that suspension
Sporty,
a little, get a little bit sporty, because it's already got a GT, which stands for Gran Turismo.
Yeah.
If you remember correctly. Now, I don't know whether...
the Magato. That would be the GTO.
Yeah. Yes. So here's the pricing. Base trim price, $28,790. Price is tested $32,870. But you can get into one of these for $22,290.
Oh.
Really? Competitors, Honda Civic, $24,695. The Mazda 3, $24,550. How about the Subaru Impreza hatch for $26,595? See, I keep hearing all these things. We can't find a vehicle under $30,000. Yes, you can.
You can.
You haven't looked hard enough. And this is one that I would suggest that you definitely put on the go check it out list.
Yeah.
It's a good-looking car, and it sounds like it's got some great functionality.
Yeah, it does. Subaru Outback is my car review next week. And so we do a new car review every week. And that is my car review this week. That is all, and there ain't no more.
That is all.
That is all.
Don't forget to visit the In Wheel Time. What is it? Well, subscribe. You can subscribe to us. I was going to think of the word. Don't forget to subscribe.
Yeah,
What
be
it-
sure
if
to
you
visit. We'll have
What?
cookies and tea this afternoon.
Contact Mike at info@inwheeltime.com.
Cookies and tea.
And the
Mars,
Yes, sir.
you don't get out much, do you?
No, unfortunately not.
well, you drink tea, Mike, don't you?
I do. I drink
Yeah.
a couple of glasses or hot tea in the morning.
Yeah.
I'm not a coffee drinker.
That would make sense. You
Yeah.
would drink. You'd be a teetotaler.
And what's the tea drink? Oh gosh, See,
Pot.
No, the alcohol drink with the tea, iced tea, and
Long Island tea?
Long Island iced tea. I couldn't think of that.
Yeah.
Well, you're not from that part of the world,
No, that's
so
why I
you
couldn't
wouldn't
think
know.
of it. Yeah. And don't forget to visit the In Wheel Time gift shop on your way out.
Do we have one of those?
It's under construction. It's being revamped.
Really?
Yeah, we had a supplier issue, so we were having to rebuild.
Well, you know what? It just so happens that we have a supplier, and he's sitting right next to me right here. Did you know that?
I know that some things, yes, but he doesn't drop ship.
I bet you he could work that
We
out
can
for
talk.
us.
We'll
we'll
find
talk.
out, yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
I have some great news stories that I want to get in before the end of the show today. One of them, and it's not going to be this one because it gets too heavy duty into finances. And
Oh yeah.
yeah. So, but
Then I had to think.
yeah, we all
I'm
have to
into
think for
thinking.
that. This I thought was very interesting. Ford Motor Company is in early discussions with the Trump administration about working on defense projects, according to CEO Jim Farley. Farley's comment signals the company is considering a broader working relationship with the Pentagon. U.S. military officials have sought to court commercial manufacturers to help produce weapons and other military hardware that today is largely supplied by a relatively small number of defense contractors, such as Lockheed Martin and General Dynamics. Senior defense officials have spoken to auto executives, including Farley, about weapons production, according to the Wall Street Journal. Farley said investors should expect Ford to play an outsized role in onshoring critical minerals and other components, such as manufacturing grade semiconductors. I just thought that was an interesting story. So they're getting back in the war business, basically,
Yeah.
which they apparently did during World War II quite
Yeah.
significantly.
World War One. Yeah. World War One started too. Yep.
Yeah. So there's some news for you that you probably hadn't heard.
What happens if you build a weapon and you have to recall it?
Well, Ford would be able to handle that because they're big on the recall list. Hey, if you'd like to get in touch with us, send us an email. The address is info@inwheeltime.com. We're back after this quick break. Stay with us.
Your car is a direct reflection of you, so don't be satisfied with color fade or a dingy, dull appearance. Get rid of those terrible automated car wash scratches. Gulf Coast Auto Shield is your save-the-paint company. John Gray and his team of detailing experts can help your car's finish without a full repaint. Searching for real experts in window tint or windshield protection? Gulf Coast Auto Shield. Dash cams, radar detectors, Gulf Coast Auto Shield. Got a new car? Get it protected as soon as you take delivery. If you don't know which of the multitude of protection products to go with, John Gray will give you an honest opinion and won't sell you something you don't need. John will help you understand the many options and pricing right on the spot. He's your guy to have your ride looking its best and protected too. See the state-of-the-art shop yourself. Free tours anytime. Gulf Coast Auto Shield is easy to get to, located just south of the Southwest Freeway on the Sam Houston Parkway. Gulf Coast Auto Shield, full-service luxury car care today and online at gcautoshield.com. Gift giving should be meaningful, and we have an idea. a hand-painted custom illustration of your car from one of the nation's leading artists. Now you can get one or a car show poster customized for you, a friend, or a loved one. Bill's Sites will be happy to guide you through the process. No matter what the day, birthday, anniversary, or any day, an Autographics custom illustration adds an extra touch of class to any home. Call Bill today, 832-922-0963. That's 832-922-0963.
That's it for this podcast episode of the In Wheel Time Car Show. I'm Don Armstrong, inviting you to join us for our live show every Saturday morning on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and our InWheelTime.com website. Podcasts are available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, iHeart Podcast, Podcast Addict, TuneIn, Pandora, and Amazon Music. Keep listening, and we'll see you soon.